Okay, there we go. Welcome, everybody. What's up? This is DJ Tommy. This is the Technically Unsound Podcast, and we're live. We should be hitting...
Tuppers and grippers or greepers.
We should be hitting TikTok. Welcome back, TikTokers. We missed you for the 12 hours you were gone. Ooh, and we are streaming now on YouTube vertically as well.
So I don't think we're live on TikTok.
Welcome, Verters.
We're not live on TikTok. Oh, well, you know what? Maybe the TikTok live thing isn't back yet.
I did just get a notice that says while we re-implement stuff in the US, some features will not be available.
Let me
Makes sense.
Although I only had to go about 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours without TikTok. And that was if I went straight to the app. If I went to any of my email notifications that DJ Tommy sent me a link,
an error occurred on the TikTok.
Or if Big E sent me a link, I could get in for at least 2 to 3 videos, and then I'll get prompted, and I could dismiss it, and then it wouldn't let me dismiss it. And then,
all right, well, in that case, I'm flipping over to Twitch. So I'm kicking off on Twitch right now. Welcome everybody on Twitch.
Twitchers, aka tweeters, I don't know, Twitchers,
DMKs.
We got to let this go at some point in time.
Twitches. It's Twitches, bitches. I like that one. I really do like that one.
All right, let me get the chat.
There you go. There's more content for your ASMR feed, for your fake ASMR feed.
That's
not
me fake.
Taking a bite.
It's gonna be real one day. You're talking about my shoe squeak ASMR on Blip Blop?
And of me taking a bite. That was like the first video that I saw.
The TikTok. Oh, that one I posted? Yeah.
Yeah, when I was having a bite.
Oh, you know what? That just reminded me of something. I don't think I brought my... I'm surprised we're even streaming right now. I don't think I brought my hard drive out. My X10. That's where I record our... yeah. Oh, no, I did bring it out. That scared me.
I thought your new network had a NAS.
No, I don't want to do a NAS. I'm not interested in that. I've done that before. I was doing NASs when we lived in Arizona.
Well, I remember, we used to set up NASs the old school NASs, but why do you not want to have a centralized network? That way you don't have to keep moving stuff around.
The files I deal with are not NASable. Yeah. I'm recording 8K files on my Sony A7R5. It's like 1 gig per second.
Well, according to Infinity's router recommendation, that one that he suggested is suitable for that.
No, I guarantee you it's not. Because one gig per second, and I'm not talking about gigabit. I'm talking about a gigabyte. So, I'm talking about the data bandwidth that's recorded on an SD card. Well, I can't even use SD cards in my Sony A7R5. I have to use a CF Express card because an SD card is not fast enough. But anyway, you don't want to, just to transfer from the X10 to my big storage, direct connect, that takes like 20 minutes just to transfer like big files. Anyway.
Yeah, but what about your little files? Like
there's no little files. What? I don't have little files.
No. I meant like your PowerPoint presentations and stuff like that for like when we did game nights.
Oh, I just airdrop that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't need NAS storage.
I need to blow my nose real quick.
Yeah, blow your nose.
Mute that shit.
No, let's get that audio.
No.
ASMR.
We'll put that up on the ASMR. Okay, so YouTube stream vertical's looking good. Let me look at the HUD. This is where it gets a little overwhelming. This is where it would be nice to have, what do we call it? The man in the chair. Even though we're all in chairs, it would be nice to have a man in the chair or a woman in the chair to control kind of be the director.
Yeah. This is why I'm reluctant to go on TikTok or any other things, because
there's a lot to babysit.
Yeah. And then like on top of that, I do all my visuals and shit like that too. Yeah. Oh man.
It's a lot of work. You would have to have 2 layouts, because your vertical layout would be very different than your horizontal.
Yeah. Is it a paid position?
Paid in street cred.
Yeah, in a pat on the back. We don't even get that.
Unlimited high fives, virtual, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, it is a lot to think about. And then when one thing goes wrong, you're totally sidetracked. Like you're off topic now. Like even just us just talking about that for a few minutes was really, I guess that's kind of what we used to talk about. Well, what we should talk about is technical fixing stuff and how to make stuff like this work. Yeah. I guess we were talking about the vertical and horizontal in technical ways, not in other ways. It sounded, as soon as I said it, it's like, that sounds weird.
Yeah, man, even like last night, I was just, I actually started a stream and didn't mean to, because I was trying to, I was trying to trying to get it up and running.
You got like a short one.
Yeah, I already deleted it, but yeah, I had it scheduled. I just had to do the managed broadcast on OBS. And I accidentally said start. Yeah, I was like, oops.
That's funny.
Luckily, I just cut out of it real quick. And then I start off the damn thing. And for like the first 2 minutes, I had super low audio. I'm like, damn, man, it's always something. I was feeling good, too. I'm like, I have 0 problems right now. I'm doing good. And then at least they told me, though. I'm glad they told me.
And I noticed it, too. But then I kept going back and forth just because then I'm not sure. Is it just me? Or,
yeah.
And then I don't want to, because then I don't want, like I said, I don't want you to lose focus. Like if I'm having a problem with audio, I don't want to say something to you and then get you paranoid when really it's something on my end. But then that other guy, Terza, said something.
Yeah. No, and I mean, a lot of times I like it more if somebody said the bigger things, like if my screen's frozen or like you can't hear me at all, I need to know that. So, but I'm glad you at least double check, because I've had that happen before where somebody tells me they can't hear me and I'm like, it's okay. Everyone else seems to be all right. I'm chatting with people through the chat. We're good. So I don't know what's going on with you, but yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And that's why other people have someone producing, so they know they're monitoring all the streams. They know what the hell's going out there.
Yeah.
And we're just stuck to listening in our headphones.
We need a newsroom crew.
Yeah.
Pivot, camera 7.
I'll see if I can find a man
behind
in the chair.
The scene.
Maybe some intern.
You've tried this before. We're starting off the 2025 with the same goals.
Finding a man in the chair. No, I've never. No, I don't know if I've ever looked for a man in the chair.
I mean, you've looked for an intern. I don't want to dissuade you from it, but it's possible you could pivot that into a Padawan.
Yeah, a man in the chair is different than someone being in front of the camera. It's probably easier to find someone interested in being a man in the chair than a man in front of the camera or a woman in front of the camera. Because some people are shy.
Yeah. I can't get my wife to jump on with me to save my life.
Yeah. Either one of y'all can.
I know.
No, my wife refuses.
I'm not trying to get her to be on regularly. I just wanted to do one with her. But
which is ironic, though, because Miss DJ Tommy posts her own videos.
She's always posting
with
videos.
The kids. Yeah, with
pictures
her and the kids
and
in
videos.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice any audio issues. I accidentally hopped into your Ninja Room, but then after like 15 minutes, I realized no one was in there or no one was joining. I was like, oh, I don't think he's having that kind of watch party.
That's why when you asked me, I said, yeah, in studio.
I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, I figured you of all people.
That just means we've done it before where you had us on there and in studios. So.
No, I know, but remember I had all those issues and I was having problems. So I was like, I'm not, whenever I have people in here, I'm not going to have anybody on the screen too. It's just another level that it's just too much. There's too much going on.
You need a man in the chair.
I don't know if Tommy's AI or not.
I'm probably AI.
Yeah, so
how many short shits did everybody take until TikTok was back on?
Dude, I'm telling you, I lost TikTok between like 3:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. Those were the times that I had to get up and go to the bathroom. Like I was like, oh, let me just go to sleep. I can't get on anymore. And then I woke up like 3 hours later to go take a piss, and I just checked my phone to see the temperature and what time. God, I'm old. I check the temperature a lot now, but actually, I think it's more because I hear the heater going on. I'm like, this motherfucker has not gone off, and I got to pay this goddamn bill. I think that's the oldness I'm feeling. Not the Tom. Oh, what's the weather going to be like today? No, like I got to pay this goddamn electric bill. Why the fuck is this heater not going off yet?
Still sound old.
I'll accept the second one. But yeah, by the time I had to get up and go to the bathroom again, TikTok was back on. And I was like, let me not look at this. Otherwise, I will be awake for a while.
Well, I saw it was off last night because my daughter was texting us while I was on the podcast. And she's like, fucking TikTok's gone. I was like, already? What the hell? And then... I checked and it wasn't there. And then I was like, oh, okay, TikTok's gone. Didn't really check anymore. Then I woke up this morning and I checked and I was like, okay. But I woke up at like 6:37 or some shit like that. And then I just fucking didn't care until all of a sudden I was told it was back. I'm like, cool. And I checked on the phone and I did have to hit retry like a couple times. And then it came up. I was like, cool, there we go. And it's been there since.
I thought when you said your daughter was texting you, I thought it was a ploy on the meme that a lot of the parents were posting on YouTube, like, TikTok's gone. We're talking to our children again. They're asking us all kinds of questions.
Oh, no.
But I was like, wait a minute, his kids are grown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I was like, maybe it'll just be gone forever. And there might have been a good side to that. Because when there's too many social medias, it just gets to be a lot to manage. It's like if there could just be one.
Here, this is the old side coming out again.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's true though. But
AOL back.
I do feel bad for all the people that started making money on TikTok, and it seemed like like, hey, I'm gonna do this for as long as I can, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. That sucks. Because there's a lot of younger people that were making good money off of it, and I mean, I get all the criticisms about all that, but I mean, some people legit were making enough money to not have to do other things. But I guess if you don't prepare yourself for...
I have a story.
Okay.
Wait, before you go into that, I have a legit question, and it literally has to do with what Biggie said, and you probably know more people. How many of you know legitimate people that make a livable wage off of TikTok or social media by itself?
I don't know anybody.
In person?
Yeah, like and legitimately in person, like not a friend of a friend, or I heard these people make this. How many people actually know a real life person that they could pick up the phone and call them like, yo, you're doing that thing?
Jason Derulo.
Because I've yet to see.
I know Jason Derulo. No,
I've yet to see any real person like, yeah, this is what my friend does, and here's my friend.
Well, there's a lot of people on TikTok that have, they found a way to...
How many famous people do you know?
Personally?
Yeah, like that you talk to on a regular basis.
Oh,
please tell me. None, exactly.
Not really. I mean, define famous.
Define normal people that you talk to on a daily basis that make money on social media. I mean,
somebody that can pay their bills with TikTok money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What are you getting at, though? Are you getting at the fact that you don't think these people actually make the money? Because I mean, they fucking do. They definitely
how
do.
do we know that?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I mean, people do. They've shared their screenshots and stuff of their.
Yeah, all of which can be faked. You've produced fake shit that's better off than what they have. What I'm legitimately saying is,
you don't think that all these people would get called out? Like, that's what they do on TikTok is call people out. I don't understand. I mean, this is like, this isn't like, does this spiritual thing like exist or not? This is like people, I mean, legitimately make money. I don't understand. This is like a.
I guess I just have a.
You also don't know famous people that can go buy a Lamborghini and not really feel it in their bank account. You think all those people are fake actors?
I mean, I know
rappers?
Those people that I've met. Yes, I've met them.
But you don't know them.
Because I don't hang out with them. And DMX is dead now. So, I mean, legitimately, DMX is probably the only celebrity that I've hung out with.
It's the same concept. That's what I'm saying.
The difference is this. I've seen DMX roll up in a club and buy out the entire bar. You know, I've seen Too Short come out and just pay for a shit to get dropped.
We're also not talking about people that make that kind of money.
What I'm saying is, it's kind of like hey, a friend of mine, I heard of this story that you can't eat Pop Rocks and drink Coke at the same time. Oh, it happened to a friend of mine. That's what I'm saying. And you see a lot of advertisements on TikTok that say, oh, yeah, if you do this one thing, you'll start making millions.
You're ignorant if you think that you're going to listen to fucking people that make those videos.
What I'm saying is if you're bombarded with all of those videos, you're also bombarded with this is how I make this much money.
No, but
this is how much money I make.
You're focused on the people that make a living. You can also find lots of people who are just making like $10 a month. Like there's people posting a lot of
those I see.
Right. But of course, if someone with 10,000 followers is posting that they're making $10 a month, then imagine somebody with 20 million followers. You know, multiply that by 10 million. You know, it's not going to proportionally have that same ratio of money, but you know, there's definitely money being paid out because it's all based on ad revenue. You know, TikTok is making ad money from sponsors. Right.
I wasn't talking. Okay. Originally I was talking about who knows somebody that makes like $200 a month off of TikTok or off a content creator.
I don't know any content creators besides me.
But then I just said, I decided to take that out of the equation. Just like, how many of you know anyone that makes a livable wage off of TikTok? Not just, and I've seen people that make $10, $20 off of TikTok. Your boy, the Noctane, he made $10, $20 just on us placing orders. So I know that's legit.
That's not.
Yeah, but we're talking about
he's selling a product.
Yeah, we're talking about TikTok revenue. Like directly from TikTok, like YouTube.
I was talking
You're talking about a sponsorship. Oh, well, that's different.
No, I was talking either one.
Well, my thing was if you're going to the fact that that's all just a lie, like this is the internet, like you can't really lie like that.
I'm just curious because I know a lot of people that do a lot of side hustles, but none of these motherfuckers are making money. That's why I'm like, I wonder if these guys know anybody that's making money.
Well, don't you think that a lot of people around you would be doing it a lot more if it was easy? You know what I mean? It's not easy. You got to have something that catches.
We're telling you right now, it's almost impossible.
I don't disagree with you. We've been doing this for what, 4 years now? More than 4 years.
But let me go to my story because it's sort of related to what we were talking about at the onset, where Big E was feeling sad for the people who lost that money when it shut down for 12 hours and not knowing what was going to happen. Like you didn't know. But it reminds me at work where every now and then they'll come out with like a special, like a new department will arise, like the Department of Consumer Happiness, you know, and they're recruiting people to be part of the Department of Consumer Happiness. And people are like, as they're recruiting people, they're like, oh yeah, you're just going to be a liaison and, you know, you're going to help these, you know, you're going to send out marketing materials and all this cakewalk stuff. And all, you know, like they get their 10 people or whatever they need. And then 18 months later, when the company goes through its usual corporate downsizing or whatever, guess who the first team to go is? It's the Department of Consumer Happiness. And I'm like, I told you not to do that shit. I told you not to go over there because when they cut corners or cut costs, you will be the one to get cut. And that's just kind of what, like, it's the easy money path. So I don't feel too bad for people who were making money off TikTok because, like, if you got two types of people, you got your dancing girls. I don't feel bad for them at all. They just made money off shaking their ass. You know, it's basically...
You hear that, strippers?
It's basically like OnlyFans without, you know, the overhead of the OnlyFans system.
Ass, titties, ass, and titties.
A lot of them probably did, you know, parallel offer their dance videos on OnlyFans, maybe with a little extra movement. And then you had people who actually put time and effort into videos, you know, coming up with skits and stuff, you know. But I think those people would be fine on YouTube and Instagram, like your Zach Kings, right? Your, you know, people who are big doing good skits, they're going to be fine anywhere, in my opinion. I think TikTok was really where the lip syncers and the dancing girls were able to come out and do their thing and make a lot of money out of it, like your Charlie D'Amelios and your Addison Rays, and your people who just did videos like this, like, you know, like, what do you call it when a person just does a stitch with another video, and, you know, like when someone does something stupid and they just go Cobby Lame style, you know, like where he's like the biggest. I think he has the most followers on TikTok, and all he does is this, right? He shows another video and he laughs or whatever he does, you know, and he's making millions of dollars doing that. So I don't know, maybe I just don't feel bad for some of these people. If, you know, of course, TikTok is back in business now and I'm sure it'll be fine, but
I guess you
got the squeeze out of it, right? You milked it. Cool. You know, if you made money, good job.
I just feel like on the flip side, like, first of all, we talked about how difficult it is to make a bunch of content, and you have to spend your time, a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do all that. So if you're making money on the rate, you know, not everything's about that though. That's what I'm saying. But you know, when people, at what point do you say, hey, I mean, I can't even talk because I can't focus. I have to like not look at the screen. How many people, at what point do you say, I'm making enough money now to focus on this and to make the content so that I can continue to make the money? And then you know, so there's got to be a point where you're making enough money where you're like, okay, if I don't focus on doing this stuff, this money's going to stop coming in. You know what I mean? It's kind of a catch-22 thing.
Let me ask you this.
I have an idea of that.
But hold on. Before we lose what he just said, how many podcasts or type videos have you seen on TikTok that do what you do on going rounds?
What do you mean? Like my format?
Like full 90-minute episodes full on, deep dives and stuff like that on TikTok.
Not on TikTok.
See, that's the difference. I don't watch, my TikTok is curated to a certain style, but like a lot of the TikTok videos are short, it's like a few seconds. And that's where people blow up with short content, because TikTok favors short content, even though they were trying to push it to more long stuff. I just feel like the short stuff is where you could just go viral real easy. So I don't think there was, from what I've seen, and that's just a perception, I guess, is I don't feel like the people that went viral, I don't feel like they did a lot of work. I feel like they went viral, they caught a wave, and then from there, once you catch that wave, then you can build on top of that. That initial wave, it's almost like a high. You just catch that first buzz and you're like, oh, this is good. Like gambling almost. You hit a roulette number and now you're all in. It's like, well, let's just keep doing it. But I think real work, it's none of it makes sense, but I feel like YouTubers, I've seen a lot of YouTubers who just start from nothing and then they work their way up. And I do see the progression, like your MKBHDs and, those people just built up their craft and their, how to work that. Even like a Mr. Beast, like these are not overnight success stories like TikTok.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just talking. I think at first I thought you were talking about content creation in general, like completely, and for people that are making money doing it in general, because that's kind of where I was going with it. Was how do you know when do you start focusing on just that if it's making you enough money? You know what I mean? Obviously, if you have like a ridiculous career and you give that up, it's like, well, you're kind of dumb, because that's more of a permanent thing than, but even that isn't, because you can get let go from your job tomorrow and not even know and not know why, or your business could go under or whatever. But so it's always a toss up. But no, I guess I thought that we were talking about
I'm
content.
talking specific to TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. What were you going to say, Magix?
Oh, I was saying,
what?
The amount of money. I think once you're able to generate enough to pay your rent or your mortgage for the month, if it's a average home, so I would say it's probably $1,500 a month, maybe $2,000 a month, when you may want to start looking at doing that as a full-time
Not really,
job.
though. You got to think about all the rest of your bills.
That also depends on your household. So if you have a dual income and your wife's working and whatever, or if you're single, I think it's once you can afford a good majority of your bills, like mortgage is usually the big one, then you would slowly start transition into full-time content creation, which is where I thought of, like, that was my thought, but that was based on my bills at that time.
The risk is any
Tom's
change.
about to say the risk.
Yeah, because YouTube is notorious for this. Like every couple years, they make some tweak to the terms of service on those creator payout programs. And, one little change, like I think they had changed something about the watch time, or I don't know what they changed, but people
like
were
Sherry
like,
said in the
we
chat.
were making thousands of dollars a month, and now it dropped down to like $500 a month. So, and there's no guarantee that won't happen. They just have to give like some reasonable notice, like a 90-day notice. Okay, on March 1st, we're changing how we score your payout.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't too concerned about those people that were making money off of TikTok. Like you said, I didn't have any concern with those, because most of the people that I follow on TikTok that do this as far as I know, as a 24-hour full-time job. As soon as it was announced that TikTok would be banned, they started putting out information. Hey, you can find me over at YouTube. You can find me at BlipBlop. You can find me at Instagram. You can find me here. If it gets shut down, hey, come follow me over here. And the ones that don't, I call those the fly-by-nighters. You were here for a hot minute. You caught that wave, and you didn't really prepare for anything beyond that. Whether that was your choice or not, a lot of the followers that I follow that are like BMO the Prince. There's a couple other ones. I just know their faces. I don't know their names. They're on Instagram. They're on YouTube. They're on these other platforms. And they put that information out there. And up until for the last 2 months, 3 months, every 3 or 4 videos that I would get from them that would randomly come up, it would be like, hey, here's the new skit. But hey, just in case this goes away, it was a little short tag. Hey, in case we go away, be sure to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch, and wherever else. So I wasn't too concerned about those. I mean, at that point, it's kind of poor planning.
Somebody just had poor planning.
Yep.
What happened? You lose a light?
Yeah, I lost a power brick.
I think YouTube traditionally is kind of like the old faithful when it comes to people earning money. Like where you can, like if you get situated in YouTube, you're usually good to go. I used to follow this guy. He was a software developer, and he started off with, I think by the time I started, I subbed to him. I think he had maybe 50,000 subscribers, but he was a software engineer, but his true passion was acting and filmmaking. So, he always talked about he had a day job where he did software, and he worked with stuff like Salesforce and whatever. And then he would do these skit videos, and he would do these motivational videos and talk about guys that he looked up to as far as stoic characters and fitness stuff, health and fitness. And as his subscribers grew, and he would talk about, I make like $120,000 a year, at my day job. And then doing YouTube, I make a couple $100 a month. But then over time, he got to the point where he had just 500,000 YouTube subscribers. But he got to the point where he had 500,000 YouTube subscribers over time. And he said at that point, he was able to quit his job because he was making more than the 120,000 a year.
Damn.
Yeah. So he said he finally decided after several months of making basically double salary, the $120,000 from 2 jobs. He said he finally quit the software job and just does, YouTube is his job now. And so, there's people that'll do it. And if that's your passion, you just got to roll the dice, I suppose. And he wasn't married he didn't have any kids or anything. So it's very different.
It's kind of hard because then no one's depending on you. Right. You're kind of just,
And plus
you're only risking your own.
A lot of his skits too, he would have his parents in his skits, even though he had his own apartment. If you're still that tight with your parents, at any point you could probably slip back into that old room, slip back into that basement.
It's just one of those, I don't know. Does anybody here ever just wonder why the fuck am I still doing this after so long? Like
this right here, what we're doing right now.
It's the equivalent of delivering pizzas. If you know, you know.
Oh, we're trying to talk to an audience that doesn't know, so we're just trying to make
it's really hard to explain. No, I mean, but for me, it's the equivalent of delivering pizzas. I mean, it was enjoyable. It was stress-free. It was, I don't even know if I want to say relaxing, because sometimes it could be stressful, but it was for the thrill of it, the fun of it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. Then, like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to say, because I'm not fully trying. If it happens, it happens. That something catches and, you know, that things get a little bigger. Yeah, it's like you never know. But I don't ever even think about that shit. I just try to make content that's decent. I get some views, you know, whatever. Because otherwise, all this is for, you know, our own entertainment and enjoyment, I guess, which is enough. To me, to just keep doing, because I like doing this, like just doing the technical aspect of shit. But I'm just wondering if at any point do you ever just think to yourself, like, why do I keep doing this? Why am I spending any time on this?
I do think that. I think I have thought about it lately. I have thought about it to the point where I was almost talking myself out of it, because I'm like, but then I thought, well, what would I do? Like, am I going to go out and buy a leather working set? You know, like Joey?
You just need, you need something
yeah, it's kind of like a hobby. Yeah. And like you said, no one's trying to get rich. You know, it is like a hobby. Like, people do RC cars, right? People build model airplanes. They're not trying to get rich off of it. They just enjoy doing it. And it passes time, you know. And with this, I think there's a lot of I think we have like something about us where we're into like gadgets and shit, you know, so we have that, you know, the aspect of doing this that keeps us in tune with the gadget world and the technology world. So I don't know. It is enjoyable. It's a hobby, I would say, you know, and
I guess it's like
for the
me
most
going
part,
and playing
it's
golf.
fun. Yeah.
I don't know.
I delivering pizzas.
I know you keep saying that, but I mean, it doesn't mean anything to anybody else.
Well, I mean,
because you won't explain.
Then why don't you deliver? If it's so fun, why aren't you delivering pizzas?
Oh, trust me, there are still days where I'm like, motherfucker, I wish I could just go out and deliver some pizzas right now, because I don't want to deal with this bullshit. But that's just me. I don't know. I mean, I think we talked about this once a long time ago. Like, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't be able to just sit around and do nothing. I would literally just be like, hey, and this is for back in the day. I'd be like, hey, Kevin, let me get like a couple hours a week. Let me get 8 hours. Let me get that 10 to 12 Monday through Friday. I'm just gonna deliver that little between pre-lunch rush, and that's it. You know, it's something to do. It's enjoyable. You're not just sitting around being lazy. You're doing something. I mean, you're literally driving around town listening to the radio. I mean, going to different spots. You know, trying to make a good time. It's almost like racing, but, you know, legally you can't race, but, you know, you racing.
The only thing I wish I could do different is, like, I wish I had a niche like Big E's got. Like, this podcast has no niche. We have no anchor. Like, we don't have something that we can fall back on. Like Big E obviously has a whole world of combat sports to talk about. And there's people interested in that. There's always somebody that's searching for something about MMA or combat sports in general. Like, I go to YouTube sometimes and I'll search for stuff. So there's always going to be people out there searching, but for what we do here, there is no search. This is nothing searchable what we do.
So ironically enough, me and Finney had this discussion. I found it very hard to explain to him what this, before he came on, it was harder for me to explain what this was. And I tried to explain to him, there's not a niche, but that's the niche, is not having a niche. And I realized it's called.
That's hard to build.
No. What it's called is, it's called a slice of life. If you look at K-dramas or animations, it's called a slice of life.
Laugh, love.
it's no, it's or you call it dad jokes or dad talk, whatever, because most of y'all are all dads. We're all in our 30s or 40s, if not higher.
I don't know if I've ever searched for that, to be honest. I don't know if I've ever searched on YouTube for dad talk.
Probably not.
I don't know if this is dad talk. We don't ever talk about being a dad.
We literally just talked about it. Well, actually, no, you didn't. But you do, and little bits and pieces here and there. But we talk about shit as we got older, how shit has changed since we were kids to now. And that's pretty much what it is. I mean, but that's just my theory on it.
So what is our niche?
Sure there is that's the niche.
I mean, you know what it used to be, but we've really tamed, is it used to be locker room talk. Like we used to be a lot more vulgar.
Until people got on here that couldn't talk about things like that because of their jobs and whatever. And we all started respecting that. But now...
Respect.
Like we
used
used
to go at it with the sound effect wars. Those were good times.
Yeah, we don't really do that. Look, man. You asked the question. That's what I think the answer is. Maybe we should hire a company to determine what our niche is.
Again, this is like hiring a person in the chair.
Intern.
Because we don't make money. How are we going to hire somebody?
Right.
Or we didn't hire. Never mind. I'm not going to bring that up. Tom knows what we were talking about. That he's hired people. Or if you want to get some Jeepers or Grippers or Tuppers. You guys post in the chat what you think our niche is, and what do our regular followers call it?
Call what?
See, I think
we have subscribers, right? We have about what, 90?
No, we used to. 31. We used to have more, but when we restarted the channel, it.
Appreciate that, Crooked Letter. Yeah, good overall talk, he said.
Yeah. I think, what were we talking about? You said something about something.
He was saying, what do our viewers call us? But that's the thing.
The trap. Us. I was about to say the trap. The trap. Oh, and my heater's kicking on. Hold on.
The bees in the trap?
The trap. Right now we're in the friends and family zone. All of our viewers are friends and family. And that's hard to ever grow out of. Because we don't have a niche, it's only going to be people that we personally, and coworkers, right? Friends, family, coworkers that we might say, hey, you should check out the podcast. You need a niche unless you're a celebrity, right? There's a couple caveats to that rule. Wow, it's already this cold in here. I just got to turn off the heat.
Big E's a celebrity.
What?
You're the celebrity.
I am nowhere near.
Okay, so, all right. I set the heat to 48. Hopefully it doesn't turn on again. If it turns on again, then you know I'm freezing. Okay. Without a niche, you need either a celebrity, you need a hot girl, or you need, I think that's it. So that's the three. So those are the three elements.
That's that cold get to him. He's like,
the cold air.
No more options.
I don't need no smelling salt. Got this damn 40-degree air in my garage. You need a niche. Here
with a fan on.
Yeah, you need a niche, a celebrity, or a hot girl, and then you can build your audience. I know that sounds very misogynistic to say hot girl, but
I mean, it's the truth, but it's not always the case. I don't think that alone's going to build anything that's going to be sustainable unless that girl is the one building it herself.
Well, I think if we had a girl in the chair, in front of the camera, that is, that can draw the initial click. See, I think what we're missing is something to get the click.
Yeah.
Because I think we are funny and we can be entertaining. if people would, if people give us a chance, I think, especially if they catch us during, like trivia and brain teasers and stuff. Because to me, that's the kind of stuff I watch. Like if I see that happening on a show and I'm scrolling, I'll stop and watch the brain teaser, or I'll watch the trivia, to see if I get that answer right. So I think, but the initial hook is the challenge, because we're not searchable. Like, what are you going to search for? And we don't have a thumbnail. And I'm not going to do like no fake, put Sydney Sweeney in every thumbnail like some people do. And I still click on it.
I thought you were going to say you're not going to do some fake thumbnail. I was like, our thumbnail's literally AI.
Right. But it's us.
Right.
But it's us. Yeah. No. When you continued, that's why I didn't say it. Well, and sometimes I play to it too, but it actually goes with what I do. Like the past couple of thumbnails for me, my last Thursday and this past Thursday, were both had girls on them. Some were fighters and the other ones were ring girls, because everything all right?
Oh no, somebody's out to get them.
No, my phone volume. Somehow my phone volume turned up.
Oh,
I could hear somebody talking. I'm like, who the hell's talking?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that kind of brings in people a little more because they see it and they click on it. Like you said, even though you may know that it's probably not going to be anything about that, it's still, it still brings people in just to see that on the thumbnail. You just, following all the shit that people talk about, getting subscriptions to things that are supposed to help you, TubeBuddy and vidIQ. I don't know. None of that caters to what we do specifically, like especially being a podcast, trying to get your content out there. I mean, they cater to YouTube videos, like the way YouTube was, not the way it is now, where it could be like a whole array of different shit. And podcasts are nothing near what they cater to at those things. So it's not very helpful.
Cricket suggested, he thinks also the West Coast, Southwest Coast connection would bring people in. I mean, maybe we should just, instead of calling a group, something like a connection, like coast to coast connections, something blank, just about general talking. I mean, hell, you and Cremo talk about CB radios enough. There you go. Coast to coast connection.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always punching in questions to ChatGPT, like different ideas. But ultimately, there's got to be what it calls the anchor, right? There's got to be something, there's got to be a core that kind of is the foundation for what we build on. And right now, it's really just our conversation.
What was that link to the AI? There was an AI generator that you would post your YouTube video and it would spit out an AI generated summary. I wonder if we could use that to have it analyze one of our podcasts.
I was just using it today.
Analyze our podcast to come up with a title.
No, it won't do that.
Of what they would describe it as.
And it won't. See, the thing is, it won't do a live. It won't do something that you posted live, so you would have to download it. So, yeah, that's tricky to use, the Notebook LM on Google. I use it for other things. It'll do summaries and stuff. Yeah, you can feed it the transcription, which I've done, but even that's tricky to get the transcription. Yeah.
It's so all over the place. Like 1 minute talking about fucking smelling salts, the next minute we're talking about content creation, and then we go over to Magic's mom.
Hey, that's why. Good living. Fuck it.
It's like a day in the life, right? I mean, that's almost like what it is, a day in the life.
Oh, you mean like a slice of life? Oh, I wonder. Just saying.
Which
By
is
the
why
way, did you see that link for the K-dramas that are coming up for you? I thought you would find that amusing then for the next upcoming seasons.
Oh, let me open
do you
up.
watch K-dramas at all?
No.
Fuck no.
God damn, son. Shit.
Yeah, no.
With enthusiasm.
That motherfucker said, fuck them.
Unenthusiastic.
That was almost very
Hell
redneckish of you. That's
I
this is
don't give a
America.
fuck.
That motherfucker said, this is America. I don't watch no goddamn. Never mind, I can't say it. We will get canceled in a heartbeat if I said it. Tom can say
Here
it.
we go. Four-way split. I need a man in the chair. Now that I got to deal with the vertical and the horizontal.
And I see you're at 11% OBS CPU.
So you have to change it for both sides, the vertical and the.
I
it doesn't
would,
just.
but in the vertical, I already have it set for the PowerPoint.
Oh, but I mean, like, did you to change scenes and stuff in both? You have to change two different things.
Yeah, because.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can share. Let me share my. I'm going to switch and share my OBS, which I haven't probably ever done, or I haven't done it in a long time. Let me see if I can do this and it still fit. Let me stop sharing. I'm going to share. Choose a window. See, this is what I don't like about this new OBS. Okay. And then it does this thing. So it's hard to tell, but can you see where my mouse is moving?
Yeah.
So over here, you have your vertical scenes.
Okay.
And then your vertical sources. So, and then I have my horizontal scenes and my horizontal sources over here. So you kind of have two sets now that you have to navigate. So I got like a 5, like when Cremo's on, then I'll go to the 5-way vertical and see how that changes.
Yeah.
And then 4, but it doesn't affect the horizontal. So the horizontal has its own as well.
See, and that's all coming over pretty well on Twitch and on the vertical of YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks, I can see it in, my phone's on the YouTube short.
Yeah.
So that looks decent. So that's behind the scenes for our Tech-Tuppers that are watching.
Tech-Tupper, Tupperware.
All right, let's go back here to the PowerPoint. Technically, it's called Keynote for Mac users, but it's like a PowerPoint slide that I export from.
Is
Canva.
that where they got the term the keynote speaker?
Or vice versa.
Chicken and egg.
Oh, by the way, bad news for Big E. CapCut is still not working.
Yeah, I saw that. That sucks.
But
it's unfortunate.
Oh, and TikTok is not back in the App Store. So if anybody uninstalled it, like I think didn't Clark or one of your
Josh
homies?
did.
Oh,
he's
he
a
uninstalled
dumbass.
it. Yeah, so you can't get it back.
I told his dumbass not to do it. He doesn't listen.
I guess you just have to web browse it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never tried to web browse it. I'm guessing that would work, but
I've done it on here.
Done on here.
the web browser. You can go to TikTok.com and log in.
Yeah.
I thought I heard somebody say that drafts were missing. So I don't know. I didn't check myself. I don't think I had any drafts to confirm that or not.
I'm not a true content creator because I don't have 35,000 drafts waiting to be.
Someone will post a draft that they made like in 2019. Like, what the hell? Billionaire check. Looks like the list has stayed the same. Same players, nobody breaking in, none of us breaking in the list.
Yeah, damn it. I almost
Did you hear
there.
that Trump released a meme coin? And
What?
It blew up.
Is he going to pull the rug?
Rug pull, Hawk Tua.
She still hasn't been heard from.
I guess it's because there's I guess on his coin, he still has a majority hold on the coin, and his don't mature for like 3 years, I guess, or some term like that where he can't do a rug pull for several years. But it's gone up. The market cap is already up to like 10 billion or something. It's crazy. Like it started off when people first found out about it. If I would have found out about it, I probably would have bought a chunk of it because people were saying that like if you would have bought it yesterday or something, it was at like 18 cents and now it's at $30.
Damn.
You would be stinky rich. Yeah, if you would have bought like 1,000,
would your soul be intact?
Mine would be fine.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
I would rug pull that shit as soon as I hit 1 million. Like pay off my house, pay off my vehicles. Oh, speaking of Elon Musk, there's been this controversy because of something that happened on Rogan. I guess Elon was showing video clips of him playing Diablo or something.
Yeah, because he's like ranked fucking.
He was claiming to be like the number one Diablo player in the world.
Yeah.
And then, he was screen sharing his gameplay. And real Diablo players were like, whoa, why did he just pass over like that spell? Like that's a very powerful spell. He just walked right past it or so. Like they were finding all these little weird behaviors of like a normal player would not do that. So then the accusation was he must have somebody, his character is obviously like a level 97, which is unheard of in Diablo 4. But yeah, so they're like, well, he probably has people that play, because Path of Exile 2 hasn't been out that long. And so to be at a level 97 already, they calculated that you would have to be playing like 10 hours a day for like the last 4 months. And they just don't think that Elon Musk is playing 10 hours a day of Diablo.
It's probably part of a clan. Call of Duty has the same things. When they came out with the last update where you could get Prestige Master and get up to Prestige level 1000, people were within like 4 days at 1000. Basically, it's kind of an old school trick. Somebody signs up an account. Well, there's a couple of different ways to do it. But the old school way of doing it is you sign up an account, you basically live in one of these houses, whatever. What you used to do back in the day is you take like my old apartment. I sign up and I buy Warcraft or StarCraft or whatever, or Halo. I play it. I go to bed. Grimmy's getting off work, working the overnight shift. He picks up where I took over, and he keeps playing. So your character is literally playing 24 hours a day. Now people just give you the login information.
Yeah. Well, I guess what the problem though is he denied that was happening. But then I think he turned around and said, okay, yeah, that's happening or something. But he kind of looked like a crybaby about it because he shared some DMs, some Twitter, some X DMs with another gamer who's a pretty big YouTuber named Asmon Gold. And so he was sharing some DMs about that he had with him because Asmon Gold was one of the guys calling him out. Not in a bad way, because I guess they were friends, but he's just like, yeah, I don't know if he's really playing 10 hours of Diablo a day. And I guess Elon got butthurt about it. But
unless he's unless there's pay to play or pay to win aspects of that game, then yeah, it's probably not.
Yeah, I'm sure he's buying anything. You guys heard about this? Barack and Jennifer Aniston?
The fuck?
Look that up. It's rumors, but I guess they're saying that Big Mike and Barack are on the rocks. And that's why she hasn't been seen with him at like the Jimmy Carter funeral. And I guess she's not going to the Trump inauguration. So Barack is going solo to these things, but they think it's because of some stuff going on with Rachel from Friends.
That's strange.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to call bullshit on that one, but
Never know. He looked pretty chummy with Trump at that Carter funeral. Everybody was upset with him for laughing at one of Trump's jokes. Like, weren't you like 3 months ago, weren't you just saying like he's the biggest threat to democracy and like, yeah, on the level of Hitler, and now you're laughing with him? It's like, come on, the show.
But are you really laughing with him?
I bet you like that joke I made about you, huh?
I know.
They're probably laughing at Kamala.
I see him as a guy that's laughing. I'm like, oh, you're so pretty.
Or bless your heart. Those rich people. That's the thing that people don't realize is rich people.
Wait, what?
I figured this is going to get a lot of guys to join the service. This is one of those girls who does the assembly line activity.
Yeah, is radar legit?
I don't know. They're legit enough where I could take some screenshots, and I make sure I put their name at the top so that you know my source. So don't come after me. I'm just telling you what I read on Radar. But no, this girl did do
section called "What's on the Radar."
This girl did do the 101 dudes in a day.
Yeah,
and so I guess her next conquest is going to be a platoon of military guys. So we'll see what platoon is going to sign up for that. Could that be an episode of or a season of SEAL Team?
That's fucked up.
The government won't let it happen.
It's not our government. See, this is all UK shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't see their government letting it happen.
Navy.
But.
And this is news for Star Trek nerds. Section 31. In less than a week, Section 31 will be on Paramount Plus. So be sure to tune into that. It's a new Star Trek movie.
No, it's a series.
It says, see at the top? It says Michelle Yeoh. But no, it says it's a movie event. You have to. It was going to be a series, but they changed it to a movie.
What?
Look into that.
That's crazy.
Research that.
I'm about to.
I started this. I started this show yesterday because I heard some people talking about it. It's pretty intriguing.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out initially.
And it just started season 2, so I'm caught up now. I just watched season 2, episode 1 today.
Oh, season 2's out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I need to get on it.
After a 3-year gap.
Yeah, that was a long time.
See.
Oh shit!
Did you just confirm the Section 31?
No, I did something I should not have done, and I launched an app to research it, and this app has an issue with my refresh rates on my dual monitors.
Oh.
So as it tries to autoplay a trailer, it blanks out both monitors.
Damn.
Hello, your computer has virus.
Oh shit! It is a movie. Oh, that sucks. I thought it was straight up going to be a.
Well, it was going to be a series. Yeah, I don't know when it changed.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh well, I mean, I guess I'll watch it. Still, either way.
But this show Severance, it's interesting. So we'll see where they go with it. But in the finale of season 1, they flip that overtime switch. So that they they're innies in the outside world. People who know what that means.
I did not finish watching it. It was very difficult for me to.
It is difficult. Yes, I'll admit that. There are slow periods.
To stay awake.
Yeah, there's definitely some periods where I don't remember certain things happening. I don't remember certain characters getting introduced because I probably fell asleep and napped through it.
I watched the 8 show.
Oh, I didn't see
yesterday.
That. What's the 8 show?
It's like, wow. It's like Squid Games meets Battle Royale.
What's that on?
Netflix, actually. And they do have a dub of it. But,
I don't do dubs.
I did it with the subtitles anyway. I did the original language. And
that's good.
Yeah, it's woo.
I mean, I haven't watched it, but I like the subtitles.
It could get dark. But yeah, it's if you liked Battle Royale, if you liked Squid Games, there was another show on Netflix that was very similar to it. But it's on a much smaller level. It's about 8 people it's based on a light novel called The Money Game. And it's 8 people go in and you earn money per minute.
Okay.
And it's based on whatever floor you're on, and you don't realize that till after you're in there in a while. And they basically say, hey, if anyone dies, the game's over.
Wow.
If you run out of time, the game is over. And so people are like, hey, let's get in here and make this money. And then somebody's like, yeah, I think I need to make a bit more money. And then it's like a seesaw between trying to leave and betrayals and backstabbing and revolts. And it's really good. You should definitely check it out.
Well, let's check this out.
Rank things.
Classic games. And I just left it open. I'm not covering them up because then everybody can just rank them how they would rank them.
I'm going to go Spy Hunter, Centipede, Zaxxon, Joust. Nope, Tron and Joust. I never liked Tron. Or I never liked Joust, actually.
I like Joust.
Is it bad that I don't know what most of these are?
Damn, you must be way young.
I mean, I know what Centipede is. Okay. I guess I know what Tron is, kinda.
Light cycles? Snafu? Spider creatures?
No clue. I don't know.
All right, let me do my ranking then. I'm going to go Joust and Zaxxon. That's a toss-up for me. I'm probably going to say Zaxxon first. Zaxxon was like one of the first like 3D type.
Oh, okay. I see what that is.
I liked Spy Hunter. That was kind of fun.
Okay.
Man, I didn't think you guys were that young.
What do you mean?
Well, like Biggie. Not.
Sherry says Pac-Man, Asteroids, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Super Mario Brothers. I'm sorry, none of those are the options, but that's a great list. We'll do that one next time of more modern day games, not things that are strictly restricted to the Atari 64 or Atari 2400. I'd like to suggest
Nintendo. Pong. Yeah, we could. I thought about just doing an Atari 2600 top 5.
Yeah, I'd be out. I don't know what half of this shit is.
All right, let's go to the next one. We're going to stress people out here. Rank the Chinaman.
China.
Hold on, I need to.
Oh my god.
I need to.
Hello, I need to speak to somebody who can speak a Chinese.
All right, well, I'm going to put, obviously, Xi Jinping at the bottom there.
Xing Jing, what the fuck?
I'm going to go William Hong, She Bangs.
Is that, that is William Hong. Oh my God, I've talked to that dude too.
And then I'm going to go Jackie Chan second and Bruce Lee first.
Yeah, I would go Bruce Lee, Tommy Chong, Jackie Chan. I don't know who the last one is, so I guess William Hung and then the last one.
That's the president of the People's Republic of China.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he can go last.
Pretty much following.
Who am I missing? Oh, William Hung.
I'm pretty much following Tom's, Bruce Lee, Jackie, Tommy, William Hung, and Xi Jinping.
Xing. Get it right. He's looking at your TikTok data, so get it right.
Yeah, don't really care.
Xing. Wait, you
Singapore.
Wait.
Singapore said it's not China.
She bang.
If you know, you know. Cherry, we know.
All right, we got some more screenshots of movie scenes.
Oh,
You know, actually, this was
80s
inspired
movies.
by Sherry. She suggested this.
Thelma and Louise.
Oh, look at you guys.
Breakfast Club.
Damn. Okay.
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
All right. Time
Hey,
delay.
goddamn, Johnny Come Lately. Big.
God damn.
Are you guys are like right in sync. Magic's at like a half a second.
Home Alone.
Oh, there you now you're in sync.
Spider-Man.
Oh shit, you guys are on it. That one was tough because it was so dark.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh,
Thank
Big
you.
E
I
on
was
the
like,
board.
I was like Dungaree, but like,
Dungaree.
Why I mean this is a knife? Fight Club.
Fight Club, yeah.
Yep.
Gladiator.
Sparta.
No. Yeah,
That's
it is
just
Gladiator.
Sparta.
I almost changed it. I was like, wait a minute.
Are you not entertained? Oh, shit. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yeah. I couldn't think of. I'm all Wayne and Garth.
Oh shit, that's a good one. All right. Oh, this is This is just random Chat GPT
B.
shit.
Higher.
B. No. Yeah, it is B.
It is B.
Atomic number 1. B again.
Yep.
That's the way I sorted these.
It's gonna be B.
Yeah, B again.
I'm gonna go with
B?
B.
I'm gonna lull you into the B's.
I'm gonna go into
A.
B.
No,
Told
Big
you.
E's right. It's A.
This I don't know.
Vatican City.
Yep. Where the Pope lives is a country.
With the world's most secrets.
A.
Oh, look at you. I know the chat's like 30 seconds behind, maybe 5 seconds. Where's the
A.
Coliseum?
Oh, B.
Oh god,
Oh,
no,
it is
it's
A.
way more than that.
What the fuck is in B then? What's in Athens?
I don't know.
That's
Let's see
Leaning
which is
Tower.
the most time.
That, okay, that's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
right.
No, that's Pisa.
A.
Hey. Yeah, the chat's like several. They're still on the Coliseum question.
Oh, A again.
We never went to the moon.
Oh, C. Shit. I couldn't remember. Those are all very close.
Yeah, I should have changed some of those.
Africa.
Oh, I was not reading that right at all.
What gas?
C.
Oh, Magic's Mr. Science Nerd. What fruit has its seeds on the outside?
C. No, B, yeah.
What element is commonly associated with production of energy
B.
in nuclear reactors and in most movies about the end of the world? Which ocean between Africa and Australia?
B.
B. I'm gonna go B on this one, Alex.
Most common
A?
blood type.
No.
C.
No, C. Oh, it is A.
Oh, shit.
I should just stick with my gut.
Go with the gut. I think we're almost done.
I don't know, Sherry. You'll have to ask him.
He works.
B.
Kind of like William Hung bangs on Sunday night. Infinity works on Sunday night.
It's B, yeah.
A.
Football. Ooh.
B.
In what city is the tallest building in the world?
B.
Oh, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. At first, they asked, "What is the name of the tallest building?" That's why I didn't change that answer. No one would know that shit.
Nope.
What's the currency of the United Kingdom? That's a tricky one. Oh, but you got it. You didn't fall for the euro trick.
A.
Tricky one.
C.
Tallest tree.
A.
B.
It is B, yeah. Fuck.
Dude, those are huge. I saw some documentary. The base of those
300
redwoods.
feet. God damn.
Yeah. So the one in California that you used to be able to drive through, you apparently cannot drive through it anymore. They're now saying it's causing environmental damage. Like, you drove a fucking tunnel through a goddamn tree. Pretty sure that's what caused the environmental damage.
Yeah, agree.
Thank you. Goodbye.
How do I stop sharing? Click that button. Okay. Notice there were no brain puzzles because even the last batch on last episode, the brain puzzles were kind of shitty. The brain puzzles are getting hard to find. The rebus.
Yeah.
I think we probably milked all those, but I like the movie stills.
You need to go to your kid's school fair and order the books. That's where you get them from.
I know, but we've already probably got a lot of those. You got to pay for those books.
Did you see what Sherry said though? She said she blocked out the faces to make it a little more challenging.
Oh yeah, the one she sent me. Yeah, but I started to put those in my slides, but I need to blow them up bigger, and they were looking real fuzzy when I blew them up. But yeah,
I like the movie challenges.
Yeah, the movie slides. But yes, the ones she sent me have the people removed. So the scene will be there, but there won't be any people in it. So that makes it harder.
And we're not that smart, is what you're saying.
You know, it's funny. I don't remember what I was watching, but they were doing some kind of trivia on a show that they don't normally do. It was like, I don't remember what it was. Anyway, they asked almost every question that we had on Fibbage that day, like the day before or something like that. And I was like, why do these questions sound familiar? And then it hit me like an hour later. I was like, oh, those are the shit we had on Fibbage that day. It was weird. I'm like, what the fuck? In the same order, too. It was
bigger
strange.
Images, Sherry. If they were just slightly bigger, because I don't think they were just the images that were in the document you sent me. They were kind of like they were like business card size. I need them they don't need to fill up a whole slide, but I will probably blow them up to fill up the slide. So if they're business card size and I need to blow them up to the size of a PowerPoint slide, then they might they were looking blurry. I thought about trying to take the people out of my pictures, but then it was like, it's getting to be a lot of work. Oh, thank you. All right. So she's going to send me a batch of more difficult movie stills.
Yeah, I mean, those weren't bad, except for we're probably fans of almost every single movie that was on there, so we know.
Yeah.
But like, if you get some random one-off movie or like just movies that we're probably not that interested in, we might not get them.
Yeah, we're not gonna get them. He's gonna be like, I don't know this shit.
Yeah,
probably. This shit?
I mean, I think it's if everybody knows it, I think it's more fun. You know, then it's really just who's half a second faster.
Yeah.
You know, everybody knows the answer. It's just who can say it fast enough.
Who can make their brain or their mouth work as fast as their brain.
Yep.
Dude, I'm still like replaying that Crocodile Dundee one. I'm like,
dungaree,
kangaroo, fucking like.
That's pretty close though.
I don't know why my brain just couldn't say Crocodile Dundee. I immediately went to kangaroo, dungarees, and something else.
Fight Club should have been the easiest for me, and I couldn't spit the words out. I'm off.
I liked it. I finished. Oh my God. I finished watching American Primeval. By the 4th episode, I wanted to kill that bitch. Because that bitch, and you know the bitch I was talking about. Have all you guys seen it?
The one that don't listen?
So we were talking about that on kind of things like that on Infinity Show about, and somebody else brought this up about mothers raising sons and what they could teach them. And I was like, what this lady taught her son is not to listen. And look what ended up happening to him. He got kicked in the chest by a goddamn horse, got stomped by a goddamn horse, and damn near got them killed every single time. The bitch didn't just sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Show would have been over. But you couldn't do that one simple thing of stay here. Now you got everybody killed. And literally, it's not like, oh, we just have a problem. No, everyone else had to die every single time she did some shit like that. Like, you are not helping your case or this man who's trying to live a peaceful life and just mourn his family that he had. You are making this dude kill people for no reason. I would have left the bitch.
The what I liked about the show, aside from that kind of stuff, the characters, is how they portray just how people lived back then. And then you got to think, when if the people who live at that time, I mean, they probably think about how it was 200 years before them. You know, they don't have history books or anything, but they probably think they got it pretty good. You know, it's like, yeah, we know how to fry chicken or whatever, you know, like we know how to cook an animal and all this other kind of stuff. And we go to the bathroom and we have toothpaste or we have clothes, you know, like 200 years ago, they were probably just walking around with like bear skin on their back and whatever. And then we think about how we live compared to them. And we're like, man, they're living so like, you know, so badly, right? Like we think that life that you saw those people living, that's a terrible life. You would not want that compared to the luxuries we have.
It's like comparing to living now versus living in the 80s.
Right. Well, it's not that bad because in the 80s you had electricity.
Yeah, but okay. But early 80s, 79 to 80, you didn't really have a microwave. Look at what it took to heat up food.
Well, what I was going to say is, and I'm really looking at the big gaps, right? Like no, they didn't have vehicles, right? Like they had horse and buggy and there was no safety, right? Like people like they're just shooting each other. You know, it's like, if you know, it's like, oh, you disrespected me. You know, let's go out in the alley and have a gunfight. Yeah.
For one of the first scenes.
Yeah. That dude just got shot.
Well, fuck you. Fuck you too.
But it makes me think,
you know what? Fuck, bam.
In 100 years, are they going to say that about us? Like, damn, look at how these barbarians lived in the 2100s compared to how it is in like the 2400s or the 20. It might take longer to get a bigger gap, because we think we're pretty evolved, but they might have thought they were evolved too. Like people in the 1800s were probably thinking we're pretty damn evolved.
You have cell phones, yes.
And
look at 200 years from now, you're gonna have flying. Oh my God, you walked.
Right,
you had to burn animals.
You took airplanes.
Fuel?
You didn't just teleport. What a fuck caveman.
What? You mean you talked? You used your mouth for? Why didn't you just thought it over to them or think it to them?
Thought.
You all lived on Earth? What a bunch of losers.
Right. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah. I mean, you can compare that, and the fucked up part is these are things that I'm seeing now. Living with someone who grew up during those olden times, like I literally have to remind my mom, like, hey, there's a microwave. You don't have to turn on the oven.
And you use your microwave that much? Because I definitely don't.
Dude, my mom will get a pot, boil. She'll full on damn near recook a meal just to reheat something. And it's like, you could have just put this in the new wave or just put it in the microwave for like a minute. Something like heating up rice. My mom won't reheat rice in the microwave, just a serving of rice. She'll get a pot, so add water to it, put the day-old rice in there, recook it, basically turn it into mush almost to try and re-steam it instead of just put it in the microwave for a minute, and reheat it. It's little things like that. I mean, yeah, everybody knows that reheating like ribs or large meat, it's better to do in the oven because it goes slower and takes more. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm like, there's a much easier way to do this. We're not living in the 80s. We're not that poor.
Okay.
But I have to remind myself, like, I've seen my mom revert back in time mentally. I used to joke about my mom, like before I moved to California years and years ago. I used to joke, my mom's watching In the Heat of the Night on TV, those old shows, the old Matlocks, and she slowly reverts back to watching older and older shows. So right now she's watching Gunsmoke and, Have Gun Will Travel, all these older shows. And occasionally she'll get on what is that? SVU? What is it with the chick?
Law and Order.
Law and Order. She'll get on one of those kicks, and it's like, oh, she's back to today's day and age. But if there's any other day where I'm like, okay, what do you want to eat or whatever? She's like, oh, well, I'm going to turn on the oven. I'm going to heat up some bread. We have a toaster. You don't need to you don't need to turn on the stove and heat it up on the racks in the oven. Just make the toast in the toaster. It's shit like that. So,
all right.
It's very, very interesting, but I would be very interested in being able to time travel to see what that is like
in the future,
200 years from now, how
they're going to look back at us,
or how we have regressed based on the kids of today's age, kind of regressing.
What are the chances it'll be the same?
It's very possible. I mean, we're in a generation
if we just
of
become
mumble
stagnant,
rappers.
It's like if we just become happy with the way things are, because if you think about it, when has anything really innovative happened? You have to go back decades before like real innovation.
I mean, it takes struggle.
There needs to be a challenge we have to overcome. Like if they say, you know what? The Earth is not going to hold us anymore. We got to be able to get people over to Mars. Then maybe some innovation will happen. We got to figure out how to break through the firmament.
I think it's a environmental issue, honestly. And with the LA fires, seeing these LA fires and everything happen.
That shit's over now. That shit's out of the news cycle.
Okay, great. And that's what they want it to be because, yeah, it's going to be out of the news cycle come tomorrow or the day after, whenever the inauguration is. It'll be out of the news cycle. But that's that's the thing. It's still happening. I mean, and there's been, hell, Rogan even said on his show, he brought that shit up years ago, and it still happened. I think that's where that's where we're going to become stagnant, and that's where we may possibly get innovation. But I think that is a false innovation. I think that's a front to show shit that we already have. They just need a reason to put it out there and not be like, hey, we've been working on this for the last 50 some odd years. But we didn't want to let you know. But now that, half of California is burned down and, we have the largest immigration and we don't have workers to sustain everyday life, we have this new invention. It's called the iRobot.
Do you think they stop innovation? Like the oil companies might not want.
Yes.
Like, I heard, and I don't know if this was ever confirmed, but there was a mass shooting a few years ago in Buffalo at like a grocery store. And they say one of the guys killed in that mass shooting was the guy who was working on a prototype for a hydrogen powered engine.
That's been
and it makes me think that like that whole mass shooting was just staged to kill that one guy. Remember the DC sniper?
Same story about the hydrogen guy with the hydrogen, that's been floating around since the late 90s. Oh, they pulled him out. He died in a car accident. Oh, you heard about that train wreck. He was on that, or that plane that went down. They couldn't find him. He was on. That's been going around for a while.
The DC sniper, remember a few years ago, this guy was just like, he would shoot people through the trunk. He had a hole like in the trunk of his car.
Yeah.
And he would kill people. Like I think he started in Louisiana and traveled all the way to DC and was just leaving a trail of like these shootings. And they said the whole time, all he wanted to do was kill his ex-wife. And so he staged that whole thing of killing all those other people, totally unrelated, just to make it look like a serial killer. But really, all he wanted to do was kill his ex-wife.
I mean, it's very possible. That's
well, on
from
that
a logic
note,
standpoint, you could do that, but
put your tinfoil hats away. We're done for the night.
I agree, Sherry. Pharmaceuticals definitely have a cure for those out there.
Look at Magic Johnson.
I'm actually looking more on my own self. Like, I have a medication that I've been taking. It's called a GLP-1. It's now advertised for an injection for weight loss, but it's also used for diabetes. But it's been out since 2004, 2005. Oh. Now it's 20 years later, and now they're saying, oh, it's an FDA-approved weight loss drug now that you could take. And now insurances are no longer paying for it as a diabetic drug.
Oh, by the way, your shirt will go into the mail. I think the post office is probably closed tomorrow, so we'll get it in the mail on Tuesday. I got to get Infinity's address, send his out, and maybe I'll have one for Sherry because she's an honorary Tupper.
Sherry needs to audition for the person behind the chair. She needs to be what is the shock jock that has the co-host?
Oh,
Howard Stern. What is his co-host name? The female?
Robin.
Yeah, she needs to be our Robin. She needs to participate, but she's the woman.
And
in
she's
the
required
chair.
to laugh at all of our jokes, even if they're not funny.
Right.
Cool. We'll see about auditions for that. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap because I'm getting cold out here. My
Tom's
heater's about to
freeze.
kick in. But
because he doesn't want to burn down his house by plugging in his Govee heater.
Sherry's gonna put together some brain teasers for us. She's taking on that challenge. So look forward to
we can anticipate
difficult stuff.
Her being on scene. And what would it take you? Took you about 4 months from being the fact checker to being on air? I'm just saying, celebrity.
Not 4 months.
Was it more? Was it more or less than 4 months?
Probably less. 4 months is a long time. That's like almost a half a year. All right, we gonna bounce. TikTok. Oh no, TikTok didn't work. There's no live streaming to TikTok, but Twitch users, hello and goodbye. And YouTube.
It's Twitter's bitches.
We'll catch you guys Wednesday night. Peace out, everybody.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in. Oh, don't forget to
grippers and
subscribe,
keepers
like, and do the needful. Peace.
and clicking and stuff.